What's going on, guys? G2 here, and today let's talk about the L word, lag, and the P word, ping. Yeah, so you may be suffering from some of these, and you may be blaming your internet, and you might be wrong. It may be something else. Let's get into it. So, how many times has this happened to you? Go on a nice little tear here, right? Get a couple kills real quick, and you see a guy in your corner, you turn to shoot, and nothing comes out of your gun, right? Here we go again, shooting. Still nothing coming out of your gun, and nothing again. Now, it's super frustrating, right? Your internet connection may not always be to blame for something like this. There's something called display lag, okay? How your monitor responds to the game that you're playing. I use a gaming monitor, a BenQ. They are one of the best out there. They're not terribly expensive either. These are what the MLG guys use. I've had mine for a couple years. I'm actually going to do an upgrade. And the reason these things are so good is because they have preset settings already built in to maximize the game that you're playing. So if you're playing a game like The Division, or let's say you're playing Minecraft, or a non-first person shooter, you would go to the gamer mode. If you're playing Call of Duty, you go to the FPS mode, the first person shooter. And what this does is it changes the setting based on how fast the game is going. Now, this game, or this monitor, runs at 1 millisecond response time. The average TV runs between 8 and 30. Now, one of the other things you can do is obviously hardwire your controller to your PS4. I have a hub. I was using it in the hub. I didn't really think it made a difference until I plugged it directly into my PS4, and it makes a world of difference. You don't use the wireless. Hardwire if you can. It's always going to be better. Some of the settings that you can change, if you go into sound and screen under settings and you go to video output settings, you can change your resolution. Okay, we all want to do in 1080p, right? It's HD, Super HD, but did you know that you can change it to 720 and the game is going to look pretty much the same, and your response time is going to be so much better on your screen that you're watching, especially if you use a TV. For gaming monitors, this is kind of irrelevant because the response time on these are heads and shoulders better than any TV could ever provide. For your RGB range, you want to make sure that that's set to automatic. Never have that on full. Your HDR, always make it off, and your deep color output always off. The less resources that your system is using to make the game look pretty is gonna work out for you better in the long run. So instead of making it send all these pretty little colors and codes to make the green grass look green, turn it off and make it faster. Okay, it's in layman's terms, that's as easy as I can explain it. So some of the other things that you can do here, obviously you can test your internet connection. Now, this is the best way to do it, using the browser on your PS4. So go to the browser, do search speed test, and I use internet or Xfinity because I have Comcast internet, so I use that as a check every once in a while. And you'll see here it works a little funky because the browser is really not that great for PS4, but it does the job. Just hang with it for a second and you'll see here, once we're done, I pulled 175 download, and I'm going to be right around 6.5 up. I'm a little under that 6. I typically run between 6 and 8. Now, this was done at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, where in my area the bandwidth is really getting torn up. So to get a 6 upload at 5 o'clock is pretty good. And just for example, I'll show you here. We'll go to the network and test internet connection using the PlayStation system, and it is super inconsistent. Remember, we were at 175.6. Now we're at 124.3. And we're going to do it one more time just to see if we can be consistent. And of course, it's not going to be consistent because we're going to go down to 40 and 3. And this is what it does. It just changes. It's super inconsistent. Use the browser and find a speed test system, it's going to be way, way better. You may think that your internet's bad if you're using this, and it may actually not be. You may be surprised. It may not be that your internet. It may be the TV or display that you're using. The other thing, this goes without saying, I can't even believe I have to put this on here, but hardwire your PlayStation or console to your internet or to your modem or your router, whatever it is. Don't use wireless. If at all possible, hardwire it and use a Cat 7 cable. They're super cheap now, and the shorter cable that you get, the better. If your PlayStation is 10 feet away from your router, don't use a 100-foot cable. Okay, use a 10-foot. I'm going to link to the description the gaming monitor that I use and one that's comparable. I'm going to link also the Cat 7 cable. All this stuff is available on Amazon, and it is well worth the investment if you ask me. Some of the other things that you should also pay attention to is if you're using to your TV. Okay, your response time on your TV can be anywhere from 8 milliseconds all the way up to 30. Okay, the average gaming monitor, my gaming monitor is at 1 millisecond, and they usually are around 2. So simply by upgrading your gaming monitor, your device you play your game on, you're going to see a world of difference in how the game responds, and you're going to be really, really impressed. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Check out some of the videos if you haven't seen yet. G2 out, and I will see you in the lobbies.